Hi guys, this is Stacy. I am back again today with another Cricut Explore video. For today's video, we're doing another Make It Now project, and the one we're making today is this really cute top secret box. Isn't that fun? It reminds me of a briefcase that kind of has that look going on. It opens up by the front tab right there, and that's going to reveal your box. You close it up by putting that little tab here, the handle, through that slice mark, like that. On the front panel is another cut mark, and that's going to allow that little tab to go through to keep our box shut. I did one in green, the other one I did in pink. I did change two things from the original directions. The first one was this piece right there. It wanted us to use a seal stamp. I don't have that, so I just used our markers and I just drew my name on that. The other one was the size of the box. It called for a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. I wanted to use a smaller 8.5 by 11 size cardstock, so if you use the smaller one, your box is going to be about this big. It's still a pretty good size little box. It measures about a little over 4 inches wide, 3 inches tall, with a depth of about 5/8 of an inch. So like I said, it's still a good size little box. Okay, like that. I also recommend using a good brand of cardstock. I am using Stampin' Up! Cardstock because of course I am partial to that brand, but any brand you have or that you like will work. Because you want to use a durable one. Whenever you're making a box like this that's going to be open and has a lot of fold marks in it, just use a good brand of cardstock that you guys like. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the computer and we'll get started on making this cute little box. Okay, we're at the computer. Let's go ahead and go to the Cricut Design Space webpage. And we're going to log in the way we always do. Click on that green box in the upper left hand corner. Enter in your email and your password. And then once we see our name in that box, that confirms we're logged in. On this page here, just scroll down until you find the top secret box, which is right there. Click on that. It'll bring up a preview window. This is a free project. I'm going to go down here and click on Customize so we can resize the box. Now if you are using a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, you of course will not need to resize your piece. Alright, there's our box there. If I click on my box now, it brings up my handle frame. If I click on the circle, I can resize the box, but if you see what happens, it's not resizing those. Therefore, my box is not going to fit together the right way. I'm going to go up top here and click on Undo. I want to make sure I grab all the pieces together. So up top, click on Select All. And now I have my large frame going around all of my pieces. I now can resize the entire grouping and have everything sized the correct way. Now what I'm looking for here is up top, there's our ruler. I want to make sure my tab here is before that 11-inch mark. That way it'll fit on my piece of cardstock. And just kind of guesstimate it. I think I'm pretty good right about there. Alright, so I'm going to take this piece away, or over there, that we're going to write on that piece. We have our handle there. Behind our box is another piece of paper, and that's going to go on this piece there, so we're able to read that text. Okay, this piece I'm going to write on, so we're going to change that to be white. I'm going to go to my layer panel. I have that selected. I can see where it is in my layer panel because it will be shadowed. Click on that. I'm going to change that to be white. And I can take this one over here. Now I want to add my text on that piece there. So I'm going to go to my Add Text window. I'm going to write out the word Mom. I'm going to change the text in my Edit panel window here. Under All Fonts, click on that. Then go down to the bottom where it says Has a Writing Style. And then I'll change our text to Writing. I'm also going to change my font type. Click on Cricut Alphabet. And it'll bring a drop down box up and then pick the font you like. I'm going to be using Don Juan. You'll see my font change there. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see a little better. That should be good. Alright, so there's my piece there, and there's my text. I'm going to kind of finagle with this a little bit and resize it to make it fit on that piece there. A little bit more. Okay, that should be good. Now what I'm going to do is group these two pieces together, my text box and that shape. So take your mouse, your left mouse button, holding it down, and click on your mat. Drag a blue box around both of those pieces there. Right click on that, hit group, and then click on it again. In your layer panel, you're going to click on where it says attach, and that's going to attach the text to that shape so we're able to write on that piece there. I'm now going to zoom out a little bit. Now if you don't want your box to have the word Top Secret in it, like this one here does, You can change that. Oop, let me move that handle piece out of the way. What you would do is you click on the box here, you'd right click on it, scroll down to where it says detach, and then once that is detached, you're going to click on it again, and you're going to go down where it says hide contour. And that will allow you to hide the lettering there to where it'll be a blank or a solid piece, or you can even add your own font there or your own wording. But we're leaving it the way it is. Let's go ahead and go. Now we're going to wait for that to load. And like I said, I'm using a piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, so I will need to readjust things on my matte preview window here. Alright, so there is our pieces. We have our large piece for our box, my handle, which is going to be the same color. I'm going to take that down here, like that though. So I can have a full piece of cardstock there and a scrap piece of cardstock here. My second one is fine, so they'll both be the same color. Let's go ahead and go. And once it tells us to load our mat up, oh, I need to turn my Cricut on. Hang on. Sorry about that, I thought I already had everything ready to go. Alright, so once it tells us to load our mat, we're going to go to the Cricut and cut this out. Just give it a second to recognize the machine is turned on. Alright, there we have it. So it's loading our mat. Let's go to the Cricut and cut it out. Okay, we're at the Cricut. I have my piece of cardstock on my mat. Let's go and load this up. And it tells us to insert the scoring stylus. Let's go ahead and do that real quickly. Put it in there, hold that. Oh, I didn't think that was in there. Okay, hit the little go button. And it's first going to score all of our pieces for us. I'm using a dark cardstock, so it's kind of hard to see the score marks, but they are there. And then for practice, from doing this before, I will need to go back in there and just redo that score mark because I'm using a thicker piece of cardstock. And my cardstock, like I mentioned, is Stampin' Up! Cardstock. I'm using this color here, which is Elegant Eggplant. And then for the inside of my box and my seal, I'm using Crushed Curry cardstock. They go really well together, those two colors. Alright, it's now cutting out the outside of the box and our lettering. Like I said, you can easily go in there and hit Hide Contour or hit your detach button first, then right click on it again, hit Hide Contour, and you can make that piece be a solid color where it's not going to cut anything out, or add your own, you know, you can add an image there or a shape or whatever you want there basically. If you want, let me know. We can do another video on this same box, and then we'll hide contour the text and we'll add a shape there, and then we'll weld it on that shape or on our box, so we can cut out the same box but this time using a shape instead. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see that video or not. Okay, it's just about done the lettering. Now it's doing the outside of the box. Earlier it was cutting out the slice marks for us. Okay, now it's going to do the handle. all done. That's going to unload that. I'm going to take this off our mat and then load our other mat, our other color cardstock. So in 1 second to pull all this off. Looks like cut it out pretty nicely. Take all the little pieces of paper off your mat as well. The little scraps of cutouts. Alright, now we're going to load in our second color. Which, like I mentioned, I'm using crushed curry. I think it's a pretty color. Get it on my mat there. We're going to load that in there. Load that up. I'm going to take our scoring sets out and add our marker. I'm using Cricut markers. I'm using just the purple one here. So get that in there. Push that down. And then hit go. I thought that purple color matched our crushed curry cardstock pretty well. That's why I chose the cardstock colors. Okay, now I'm just going to cut out our shape that our text is on, and then we're going to go to the craft table and put this little box together. Okay, there we go. Let's unload that. Take our marker out. Put the lid back on that, and let's go to the table and we'll put this little thing together. Alright guys, we're back. I went and took my little poker tool here and I went and poked out all of my lettering. I'm going to re-score these score marks on both this piece and our handle. And I'm just going to use the Simply Scored board here. It's a little bit quicker. I'm going to kind of line this up and line up my score marks so I can see with a groove. This way I can just go in there and re-score these guys up. Okay, so I got one there. And I have another one right here. Just make sure you're straight. Okay, and then I have one more right here. Just kind of feeling for a groove. Okay, and then one more there. And then a little one right over here on the bottom part of our box. Again, make sure you're straight. Kind of feel for a groove. Alright, so now last I want to do these long pieces here. So again, just kind of look for a groove. I'm going to do this piece here while I'm at it. Okay, and then one more right here. It does make the box go together a lot nicer if you have, nice crisp score lines. Okay, so our box is all done being scored, I believe. Now we have our handle, and that's going to be scored right here in the center. This one's easy. Then there's a one right here on the side. You can just kind of line it up. And I'll bring this up closer in a moment so you guys can see it better. Flip it this way and do the other side as well. Right there, and then right there. Okay, let me zoom in so you can see the score marks here. Okay, hopefully you can see them right there. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and crease all this up. So this is my outside of my box. I want to have all of my creasing go on the inside. You see it's creasing a lot nicer for us now that we reinforce those score marks. We have one here, and take a little bit, be careful on that one because it's right near that edge. Just re-score that nicely. One there. One there. And we have two more up here. Okay, I'm just going to kind of reinforce that score mark. Alright, so we are good with all that. This piece, we're going to fold it right in half on that center score mark. and redo that crease. And then these score marks here, you want to crease them the opposite direction. So this one's going to go up, and then these ones are going to go the other way. So do this side over here, fold them up toward you. Okay, so it's going to look like that. See? Alright, now take a glue of your choice. I'm using Tombow. You're going to flip it over. I'm going to put a few daubs of glue inside the center right there. And then bring them together to hold our handle together. And give it a second to set up for us. Okay, we are good to go there. Alright, so there is our little handle. Alright, now we're going to take our box piece. Now here, you see how there's an angled cut here? I want to make another angled cut right there. So just cut in and go right to that score mark and cut that little piece out. That kind of makes the box go together a little bit nicer. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to take our pieces here, these two little flaps, right here and right here. We're going to put glue on that. I'm using a Tombow glue. I think this glue is nice. It holds up really well. It dries pretty quickly. And then one right there. Okay. Now take this part and glue your handle or that tab to that piece. Make sure you're lining it up on the outside. Make sure it's nice and straight there. Okay, give it a second for that glue to grab. Alright, do the same on this side. Bring that up, lining it up. Again, give it a second for that glue to make contact. Okay, now we have these pieces here. Bring that in and attach that to the front or the top part of your box. And then one more over here. Okay, so all we did, we just formed our bottom piece of that box. Okay, now we have these two pieces here. We're going to put glue on those, like that, and like that. And they're just going to get folded inward, and that's going to kind of hide the other seams that we just did. So again, give that a second with that glue to make contact. And then over here as well. And then I take my bone folder once it's kind of holding there. I flip it on its side and just kind of give it a little bit of a rub. Now make sure the glue is flowing evenly and it's nice and coated. Other side as well. Okay, so there's our box there. We have our little handle piece. You're going to take that and just again put a few dollops of glue on the ends and just a few in the center right there on the little pieces. Okay, like that. Take that and very carefully without getting glue all over you, which I'm going to do anyway, take this piece and put that in that slice mark right there. Okay, just like that. Bring that up. Pull it through and then you can kind of just press on that on the inside. Again, allow the glue to make contact a little bit. Just going to make sure everything's staying down. Okay, that should be good with our handle. Okay, now we can close our box up like that. See that? Now what I want to do before I close that box up is cover this piece. So we have this piece right here. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper. I'm using this glue here. I love this glue because it has a dauber end on it. So I'm using less glue. Just take that and daub it across the letters like this. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece and put that right there in the center to hide that opening. So now we flip that over, we're able to read our lettering. Isn't that cute? I got a little bit of glue on top of that, but that's okay. I'm going to wipe it and clean up my hand real quick. I went to get one wipe and I grabbed like 5 of them. Alright, we can go ahead and close our box up. So the tabs here are going to go on the inside like that. Our handle here is going to go through that piece like that. Alright, now we have that piece here. Now we have this piece that wrote our name on it. You can use a pop dot on this piece or you can lay it down flat. Either way, I think I'm going to just lay it down flat. So put some glue on that. That's going to go, you'll see there's a slice mark right there. That's going to go below that. Like that. I'm actually going to open this back up so I can press that down. Like I said, you can use a pop dot if you'd like here. Okay, like that. Now we can go ahead and close our box. So take these two ends, put them in. Your handle will go through that slice mark there. And you can also put a little note there as well. That's a cute idea, right? Put a little note there. Alright, then we'll bring this down, and that's going to go inside that slice mark right there. And the first time, it is a little bit hard to get it in there. Once you get it in the first time, it'll be good to go each other time. Okay. Isn't that cute? Love that. Now, what I think this would be really good for, if you were doing like a little boy party that was like a hide and seek kind of game, or like a CSI kind of party, awesome for a goodie bag. You can put each kid's name on that piece of there, and it's like a little top secret box that would hold their goodies. And it's not a large box, you know, like I said, it's a pretty, you know, it's a good size box. It could probably hold maybe 6 nuggets like that, or a few, you know, maybe a few candy bars, or, you know, maybe, you know, Hot Wheel cars along those lines. But I think it's a really fun little project. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Today's Make It Now project. There's box 1, box 2, and box 3. Okay, any questions, let me know. If you like the video, please thumbs up. It does help me out. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to see another video on this same box where we can hide, contour this piece out and put a shape there, let me know. I'll gladly do that for you guys. But there you have it. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.